Hello, thank you. My name is Laura Gabb from Brand New Simply Your Dating Coach, and I'll be introducing to you today specifically 3 things that I can help you with. One is dating photos, the other one is dating profiles, and the third thing is dating guidance. And within that, of course, we're going to ask ourselves, why is it important to stand out from the dating crowd? How to convey your unique personality and come across as approachable in your dating profile? And which photos to use and how to communicate online. Why me, you would say? Yes, I'm a dating expert, but what makes me that? At the age of 19, I had my first essay published in the local newspaper. Fast forward a few years, I'm a regular dating blogger, singles warehouse expert, and I contribute to numerous other dating blogs as well. I did modeling for over 7 years. I developed a keen sense of style and a strong eye for the right picture. And I've been an online dater myself for almost 6 years, on and off. I had 2 longish relationships. And I'm in a steady, long-term relationship at the moment. So ask yourself, what do you know about online dating? You know it's happening. You know you'd like to be part of it, or you're already part of it. But the most important thing is you'd like to be successful at it. So let's look at some of the silly things people do when they try online dating for the first time. Over-exuberance, isn't it? How about the guys trying to fill out that profile? Asking their mates to help? How about which pictures to put up? We tend to go back to our old school pictures, play it safe. And of course the profile and all the questions that come with it. What's up with all these questions that I kind of don't know the answer to? And then we get annoyed. Now we get to messaging. Now we are a bit happier, aren't we? And then we get to kinky messaging. Hold on, he wants to spread Nutella where? Oh, hell no. So what do we women want? Isn't it? All I really want is this. And this. But instead I'm only getting this. Now, how about those creepy messages? I guess all of us had some. Occasionally we do get happy and excited. There's opportunity to meet up for coffee. But then we do get nervous as well. And not just us women, men as well. But we all know we don't want to end up like this. So we'll give it a shot anyway. So worst case scenario, he'll end up being like this. But ultimately, we are brave enough and we say, bring it on, coffee date. So how to avoid this kind of disaster? Let's look at the facts. In the last 3 years, 27% of couples who married met on an online dating site. 35% of people in a new committed relationship met on a dating site, and the number keeps growing. One site alone counted for 45% of all marriages of people who met on dating sites. 2/3 of singles in the UK meet via either dating sites or dating apps. What about you? You don't know which dating site to sign up with? You're trying in vain, sending out countless messages that you don't get reply to? Or you're getting lots of unwanted messages and unwanted attention. So, what are the challenges we face when introducing ourselves online? How about misrepresentation? What about getting a date? Doesn't it feel like getting a job interview? You have to tick all the boxes. And let's look at some of those challenges we face when introducing ourselves online, and let's say challenge accepted from the start. So the photos we choose to represent ourselves with, the username we so proudly display, the opening line that should make an impact, the focus of the profile text. It's all me, all about me. The vibe of the text, happy, happier, the happiest, or sour, cynical. The lack of flexibility or too much flexibility. The saturation of the profile, no room left for mystery. So, first of all, how to look good online? What's the most important thing? To look good online, it's to look natural. To look ourselves, and at the same time, to look our best. Now, we all know we misrepresent ourselves, so sometimes even Superman isn't enough for a lady, or the other way around, even Superwoman isn't enough for a man. As this explains it quite seriously, what Des said earlier, we expect someone to, work out, to be beautiful, to be fit, but we don't have realistic expectations of our own selves. How about when no photo is up at all? She says she has no photo because she's in the witness protection program. Red flag? More than one. How about the classics? We have no longer hair, nevertheless, our main photo shows us with a full set. Now, there's this photo that you're doing the things that doesn't make sense. How classic. The photo when your ex or another lady you're hugging, it's cropped out. How about the anonymous group shot, where you can hardly be found unless you're half naked? The one who you're already half undressed. Oh, men do like those. And the very much classic bathroom selfie. So how about a good set of photos? What does a good set of photos mean? What's the first thing that we need in a photo? I would say the colors. Make sure the colors are right. You're not too orange, you're not too green in those photos, you're not too washed out, you're not too dark in them. And how about choosing an interesting background, something that says a little bit about yourself? So yes, the right colors are really important. How about light? Photos taken during the night using flash, wash the face out. During the day, possibly in a soft light, are the best. But then there are some photos where shadows give character and edge to the face. But then there are others where you have the map of the world displayed on your face in forms of shadows. Not good. How about black and white? Black and white photos bring the features of your face into focus because there's no color. They really make you stand out. Clear contrast, it's much better than a blurred photo. It helps, again, bring out the features of the face. How about the eyes? The eyes can speak volumes. They can start conversations. So as much as possible, you should try look into the camera. And at the same time, think of a happy memory. Because looking in the camera can really look like a deer caught in a headlight. Don't go for that look. It's not good. It's better to, even if you have to shake your face a little bit to relax your muscles. Think of something that amused you at one time. Think of a good thing that happened to you and face the camera. What else is there in a good photo? Smile. Now, the smile has to be natural. We all know that if we smile for too long, it turns into a grin. So the whole secret of it is to actually be yourselves. And just in that case, just be part of that shoot in such a way that you communicate with the camera, you communicate with the person that takes the camera. Angle. Now, passport photos are not the best ones. For most of us, being shot straight on, it's not a good look. So work on a bit of an angle that's best for you. Cropping. Be yourself only in the photo and don't cut off your chin or the top of your face or even half your face. What about the rest of the album? Now here's when some of us really go far with adventure. You know, exotic pets, wearing our sunglasses in 9 pictures out of 10. Then, you know, sense of humor is always advisable, but because people don't know you, they don't know where you're coming from, so gentle with that. Also, having someone's arms and fingers lingering around your photo, their underarm as such, not a good look. So what is a good look then? Come and join me pictures. You're doing your hobby activities, but your body language is also open. You're smiling, you're inviting a potential love interest to come and join you. Don't do too many activity photos though, because otherwise it feels like your life is all about doing something, so there's no room for romance, no room for someone new. So mix them up with photos of just you doing nothing, just walking or just standing. So what's next, apart from photos? How to sound good online. And how to sound good online is a little bit about advertising yourself. Having started my career in advertising, it's just an example, not me, I know exactly how to spin a simple little prune into a juicy, audacious, utterly delectable, sun-ripened plum. So we are interesting people, we just have to communicate it. All of us are. So how do we communicate that we're interesting? Let's start with the username. Ross, the Divorce Force 94, not a winner. Oh my gosh, someone actually liked your photo, not a winner. So what do you need to do? Make your username easy to remember before your potential date knows your real name. Avoid numbers, if possible. Avoid desperate titles like Mr. Big or Diablo Bomb 007. Avoid going it on forever. How about sticking to your real name? Maybe Tall Matt, Shy Linda, Brave Eric, or otherwise, just think of nature. Morning Sky, Dark Cherry. A name that communicates and also attracts and stays with people, not something desperate, something positive. How about the opening line? Well, we all know the story. As far as impossible romances go, it's a good example, Pride and Prejudice. So our opening line should make a statement about us, our spirits, our beliefs, like, it's never too late to start again. Oh, my grandma says I'm a good catch. Your profile in your own words. Sense of humor, definitely, but again, in the right place, in the right context. So let's look at one example, a fairy tale example to start with. Not interested in all the bells, whistles, and over-the-top gestures that men do for women to make them fall in love. I'm looking for an honest, real, meaningful connection with a man who's well-read, understanding, and compassionate. It's not all about looks. I believe that falling in love happens over time. Not bad altogether, but there are a couple of problems with this profile. First of all, what do you bring to the table? Second of all, not interested in all the bells, whistles? It's a negative statement. It's downbeat. So does this mean she wouldn't even accept a flower or an invitation for a coffee or a drink? So it's confusing. Let's look at another fantasy one. Hi, I'm Ariel, lover of all things human, and looking for a lifetime love that will really change me. Oh, and I'm a ginger. I follow my heart, no matter what, and fall head over heels, sometimes even giving up too much for love. I'm a hopeless romantic. I love to sing, dance, and collect gadgets, especially attracted to fishermen. So, ignoring it as a whole, as a fantasy profile, what does it tell us? She's a positive, she's an outgoing personality, she's happy, she's comfortable in her own skin. She can bring joy with herself. Let's look at a more realistic one. 64% introvert, 36% extrovert, analytical, kinesthetic thinker. The spotlight is not my friend. Anti-planners, pro-spontaneity, a shy geek and a smooth operator. That's approximately me. Very honest, very straightforward. Now it gets into details. Film addict, nomadic adventurer. Set foot in 5 continents, have a thirst for exploring more. Then it comes with sense of humor. I hope one day to go on holiday to Mars, as I've heard the mountains are glorious. Basically, I love life, I don't mind the rain. So that's what I'm talking about. Interesting, honest, positive, open. How about the lady's profile? I'm of course kind, sweet, patient, intelligent, and so on, but I would like to put the emphasis on my special characteristics that make me the best partner for you. A wizard in the kitchen. Gordon Ramsay once told me that I was his idol. Okay, maybe not, but I'm sure he'd love the flavor of my homemade gnocchi. I'm the girl on fire. I love managing the everyday ties with great thoughtfulness. I am the origo of the family. That's why in the morning when I wake up, I feel limitless. Lots of information, so we know she's a morning person. I jump into everything. So we know she's very energetic. Work, family, duties, enthusiastic, approachable, warm. I'm looking for someone who can share my fire with, who can make me melt. So how about starting out? The first point of contact, messaging. We all know the superhero pickup lines, don't we? My metal suit isn't the only reason they call me Iron Man. You'll be surprised to find that I really have no weakness. Put me in the right mood and I can be a beast, in that, literally. How about women? First point of contact, women. Over-enthusiastic. He wrote back, hello, you're gonna get married. Now, it's very typical to just write hello or hi or I like your pics. It's so typical of men to just stop there. And they are really surprised that they are not getting replies. So what can we do in this case? How can women be approached online in the cold, clinical environment of an online website? It's time to get creative. Start the sentence in the subject line and let it be unfinished like a cliffhanger. So if you really want to talk about her pics, I like your pics can become the last time I saw such good pics was in a gallery or in a magazine. So say something specific, say something unique to you, to your point of view. How about talking about yourself? Sense of humor, it's always a winner as well. So you could start straight by saying, do you like my shirt? Obviously, you might be wearing your shirt in one of the photos, so it's a conversation starter. The good thing about this is that actually women don't feel interviewed straight away, because typically when a man starts a conversation, what they do is they ask questions, they try to find out things, so it does feel sometimes like an interview. It's a one-way thing sometimes. So you can say something like, do you like my voice? Well, they haven't heard your voice, so you could say, for example, the next thing is like, well, let's find out then. Let's meet up. So silly little things like, or don't I look bug-eyed with my sunglasses on? If you possibly have a photo with the sunglasses on. That can start, again, a conversation. So how about the questions and answers? Chatting flow and pace. As I said before, don't shower people with questions. Try to share something about yourself as well, but try to find subjects that he or she is passionate about. Not like this example here. Hey, how was your weekend? I would totally let you take me to brunch tomorrow, which was like 8 days later, then 3 days later. This is so us, me doing all the talking and you sitting there looking all cute. So there should be a flow to the messages. If it's 10 messages per day, 20, God forbid 50, there should be an established flow. Again, talking about favorite things, things that you both find interesting, it's a winner. Whether it's books or films or pastimes that you'd like to share, is definitely something that you would inform yourself from the profile and take it further from there. Don't wait until you introduce a little bit of flirting, otherwise you get into the danger of becoming a pen pal. And obviously, that's a position as well, but it will be very difficult to actually get a date eventually. So do introduce a bit of flirting, obviously, not too exaggerated though. So ultimately, what do we try to do in our profiles? We tend to be superman or superwomen. We try to only talk about the positive things. However, that doesn't make it feel real, doesn't make it feel three-dimensional. So the good thing we could do is just admit to little shortcomings that we have, just to make us much more approachable, much more human-like. Because eventually when we do meet up with that person, what happens is that they will realize we are not that totally superman or superwoman that they imagined. And ultimately, the expectations are not met. So how about offering your phone number or asking for a phone number? Again, the best thing is to establish a base of information, to know the first thing about their personality and lifestyle, and then ask for a date. So I'm not talking about messaging for days on end, weeks on end, and so forth, unless your schedules are very conflicting. Bottom line is to establish, to have a good opportunity for a date. It's good to have the first idea about that person beyond, a little bit beyond what their profile says. First date and expectations, don't be surprised that they are not 100% what you imagine them to be. In reality, we all tend to exaggerate a little bit. We all tend to actually say we are better, we are smarter, we are taller, we are slimmer, we are prettier. So don't get disappointed with expectations that are possibly not met. And keep your love interest, your date interest attention. Very often than not, people disappear for days, for weeks, and then they reappear, and they're surprised that the person is not interested in anymore. There's plenty of fish in the pond. You can't expect someone to just hang around waiting for you to get in touch. So ultimately, these tips would definitely help you on your way to success, because you too can own this phase of pure accomplishment. So not sure about doing it all by yourself? We are here to help. So Brand New Max is about firstly having a clear sense of yourself, defining about who you are in order to help you in your dating success. And what we do in addition to helping with your dating profile is we have branched out at the moment, and we are actually doing dating photos as well. So whether you just need your profile to be edited or totally rewritten, or if you need guidance in how to communicate online, or if you only need photos for your dating profile, and maybe not just your dating profile, maybe your LinkedIn profile, we can help. You've seen them before. these are photos done by myself since I branched out myself from a model into hobby photography and from there into dating photography. So it's natural poses, and what the difference between modeling and posing for a photo shoot, for a dating photo shoot is that as a model, you sell a product. Maybe you sell your outfit, maybe you sell some sunglasses, maybe you sell another product independent of your pose or of your outfit. However, as someone who dates, you, so to speak, sell yourself. So what happens is that your poses are your own, your natural self. There is no artificial and no made up pose that could actually make you look weird or make you look uncomfortable or make you look nervous or annoyed. All those photos would work against you. So what I've learned as a model is that as a model I need to portray something else. I need to portray what I'm selling. However, as a person who dates and who's about to go out and date, you need to portray who you are. And here I've got many questions for the people who were actually posing for these photos, whether their outfits were right, whether their smile was right, whether their posture was right, whether they should smile or not, and whether their look is all right. Many people say, I'm not photogenic. Well, almost none of us are. Very few of us look good in every single picture. I don't know anyone who does. So bottom line is to actually catch that moment when you look happy, you look yourself, you look comfortable, you look confident. That's the secret of a good photo. Simplicity, quality, and nevertheless the eyes to communicate. So I reached my end of my presentation here. We have a table at the back, and you can find out more about the complex services we provide. You can ask us questions, you can discuss details. Anybody wants to ask anything at this point? Hands up? Yes?
Two questions. One was you mentioned there was one particular. Thanks.
Yes, take the liberty of asking two questions if I may.
Sure.
One was you mentioned kind of the success rates and data, and that there was one particular website that was responsible for about 45% of
Yes,
members.
yes.
So interested to know firstly which one that is, so help us all narrow down
Of
a
course.
long list of options for different sites. And then secondly, there's some contradictory data out there about the success rates of couples who've met through online dating,
Yes.
and there can be a higher likelihood of divorce compared to those who've met through traditional face-to-face ways. So I'd just be interested to know your perspective on that.
Sure.
Thanks.
That's a very good point. Well, to answer the first question, that's Match.com. However, that doesn't mean that it would work for you, because we are all individuals, and actually there are niche sites on the rise that might fit your personality and lifestyle much better. To answer the first question. The second question, yes, online dating, it's still an uncharted territory in so many ways. It hasn't been around that long. I don't know about any statistics that would say that the rate of divorce is higher. I just note that generally the rate of divorce is higher if people get together with unrealistic expectations. And probably a big fault of people who go online dating is that they start with unrealistic expectations, thinking because there's such a wide pond out there, they might find a knight in shining armor. And as was previously discussed, yes, this could happen, this could feel like it happened for a while, but then when the passion fades, so to speak, and there is no connection, that's what happens ultimately, that the relationship dies. With people meeting via friends and via family and certain inner circles, what's happening is that they know that they have common backgrounds, so they have more things in common. Whilst with online dating, they have to work from the scratch, from zero. Meeting via inner circles, they have more in common to begin with. So their work is a little bit easier. It's more cut out for themselves. So those are my answers to those questions. Thank you very much. That was all.